Hey guys, welcome back to Chefs at Home with Micki and Jeff. I'm Micki.
I'm Jeff.
That's Jeff. And today we are going to be doing pressure cooker pork, red beans, and sausage. Now, normally I would just say red beans and rice, but we're going to make the red beans portion and put it on a cheddar cheese jalapeno cornbread waffle, which Jeff is going to do in another video. The pressure cooker cuts down on cooking time for this at least in half. Probably more. So this is easy enough to do on a busy school night as well as on the weekends when you have plenty of time to kick back. So stick around, we'll be right back. Welcome back. So, pork, red beans, and sausage. Now, the biggest pain in the butt part about this is all of the ingredients to prep. Take a look. So all those ingredients and took no time at all. Let me walk you through it. So we have 2 medium yellow onions, 1 large red bell, 2 poblanos and 2 Anaheims. How many stalks of celery did you do?
1.
Oh, just 1 stalk of celery. A bunch of green onions. How many cloves of garlic? 7?
We call it 7. We've got
Ish.
10-ish. But yeah, 5 to 10 is what you're looking for, depending on how much you like garlic.
We have a bunch of cilantro and 2 jalapenos. Don't cut those.
Habaneros.
I'm sorry.
It's 2 jalapenos would be just fine.
I was looking over here. 2. Okay. 2 habaneros. And now we go to 1 jalapeno and 1 serrano, chopped really, really fine. Now, traditionally, this is made with, a red and a green bell and some onion. But we always like to add our own little flair to it, and we love peppers, so that's why we did 2 of the spicier poblanos and Anaheims. We also have 12 ounces of a spicy Portuguese sausage. This really calls for andouille, but our grocery store naturally didn't have andouille today. So we found a sausage that's an actual sausage. It's not that...
like emulsified, almost hot dog.
doggy.
Yeah.
You want it to actually look like a sausage, like it's got real meat in there.
And so this is a good spicy pork linguiça, and I think it's going to work great in there. Yeah.
And we also have a ham shank that we're going to toss in as well. Oh yeah, and the ground pork. We have ground pork. You can also use ground turkey. We go back and forth on those. We like to do a little bit lower in fat than ground beef, so that's why we use pork.
Well, yeah, and plus it's classically a pork dish, and what we're looking for, I mean, you can do it without using the ground meat at all. I mean, really a pound of andouille, whatever you have, is going to work. But the difference in textures between the different meats is what I think is really cool about it.
We also have red kidney beans. What are the type of beans that?
If you can get the Camilla, yeah, it's got a flower. Camellia. It's got to be a camellia. Camellia red beans. But you're only going to find those in New Orleans. If you can find the camellia red beans.
More power to you. But we have red kidney beans, dried. The pressure cooker is amazing that way, so we can do dried kidney beans along with the rest of it. Alright, so our first step in this is to brown our meat. Now, the real goal for that is to render the fat out of the sausage. You notice that I put the pork in and realized that it was cooking a lot faster because it has, what, 5% fat in it?
It's cooking way faster than we thought it would.
It's cooking way faster than the sausage was. So you might want to start with the sausage, then put your pork in. Because you want that rendered fat. That's what we're going to do all the vegetables in. So we're going to toss this in. See all that? And the pork.
Oh, we should totally get a spatula and scrape that out, man. That's
I'm going to. That's what I'm leaving right there.
all love.
There we go. Alright, so now we're on to our vegetables. We're going to start with the onion. We're going to put in the peppers, stir those around.
Onions and garlic.
Onions and garlic.
We're going to start with the onions.
We're going to start with the onions and garlic, then the peppers and celery. So our vegetables are softened. You don't have to cook them all the way through because that's going to come in here. You might notice that I added a tablespoonish of olive oil to the pan to mix with the fat from the sausage. There wasn't enough fat in there from the pork and the sausage, so it helped it along.
It just didn't render as much as you thought it would.
Now, my lovely assistant, because the pan's really heavy.
It's a good heavy-duty Le Creuset pan. You should get a good heavy-duty Le Creuset pan. Eventually, there'll be a link down below.
So we're adding that to the pot with the sausage and pork. Okay. Okay. Give that a nice stir. I've been made fun of that I say too much. A nice stir around. And we are going to... Oh, you want to add those first?
I would.
Okay. So we have 1 pound of kidney beans that Jeff rinsed, and it's been sitting in water for half an hour?
Yeah, it doesn't, just give them a good rinse, let them soak for a few minutes, but it's not, you don't have to do a power soaker.
Again, your pressure cooker does all the work for you.
Right.
So, another stir, and now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of Cajun seasoning.
Creole seasoning works really well here, too. Those were nice rounded tablespoons.
Flavor. Now you might have noticed with both the pork and the vegetables, I was salting and peppering and adding a little cayenne as we go along. That's just something personally that we like to do. We like to season as we're doing it, not toss it in at the end, because then you don't get the full flavor. Okay, so our vegetables, beans, and meat are nice and stirred around with the Cajun seasoning. We're going to add 4 cups of chicken stock. This is typically done with water, but again, flavor. So we are adding chicken stock. Now we've got our ham shank. I'm going to nestle down in there in the middle. Alright, it's nestled down in there. And now for the habaneros.
You don't have to use these.
You don't have to use these. No. But if you are a chili head like I am, like we are, we're going to add these. Notice that we did not cut these up. We're just going to set them down there right on top. They're going to do their thing.
Here's what you do. You spend a moment hoping they won't necessarily break. They're going to break.
They're going to break. All right. So, lid on. There we are. We're going to set it for 35 minutes on high, and we'll see you back. Wait, I forgot to say, after the 35 minutes, we're going to let it slow release for 10 to 15 minutes. Now, if you check it after that and your beans aren't quite done, put them back on for 3 to 5 minutes, and then let it slow release for 10 minutes again. All right? Now we'll see you after. So now that our beans are done, we're going to take a couple of cups of the beans, and of course peppers and stuff are going to get mixed in, but that's okay. We want to take a couple of cups of the beans, a little bit of the liquid, and we're going to emulsify it with our stick blender. If you don't have a stick blender, just use a potato masher. It'll work just as well.
Yeah, it'll give you like actually really great texture of beans.
Yeah.
The potato masher is fantastic utensil for that.
But the beans are what thicken the sauce. So that's why we're going to make ourselves a little thickener. Add it back in. Pardon the butt of my bowl there. I'm not left-handed. So now we're going to let it come back to a simmer. Alright, so we're bubbling away here. And I'm going to start with a handful of green onions.
It's nice and thick now. I mean, that thickened up right away. It took about a minute to simmer.
Woo. Give that a stir. And
yeah, I mean it's gonna take some more, isn't it?
Maybe half a handful.
Half a handful?
Half a handful.
We'll keep the rest for garnish when we plate this up. Oh, Hock.
And we're gonna do a handful of cilantro as well. Now, if you don't like cilantro, and I can hear some of you going, no, don't do that. But if you don't like cilantro, feel free to use Italian parsley. It works just the same. We personally love cilantro, and it'll go really well with what we're putting underneath this, which is the jalapeno cheddar cheese cornbread waffle. Ooh, bay leaf. Oh, there's another one. So that's it, guys. Red beans, pork, and sausage. We did it over a jalapeno cheese cornbread waffle, which again, Jeff did his own lovely video for.
Should be a link here in about 30 seconds.
I'm gonna do some cheese. Sour cream. I like green onion.
I do too.
A little bit of cilantro. And we're gonna hit it with Tabasco for a touch of vinegar.
You can use Tapatio, you can use Louisiana hot sauce, you can use
any of those. Yeah.
your favorite hot sauce.
Alright, guys.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, of course, hit that like button down below. Subscribe to our channel because we'd love to see you again. And if you make this recipe, comment. Let us know what you think. We'd love to hear from you.
All right.